going to attempt to show you how I make a really cute Christmas ornament. You need basically a toilet paper roll, a pair of scissors, and some yarn. All right, so what I want to do is I want to cut off about half an inch. It really doesn't matter, and when we're done you'll see why. Leave it intact as a ring. Okay, set that aside. Now for the yarn, I'm going to let this drop to the floor. I want to kind of have consistent lengths of strands, so I'm going to use this container. You could use a book. I've done that before. Actually, most of the time I use a book, but I'm just going to be wrapping this yarn around this. Sorry, I'm out of the screen. Around this container, and I'm going to do it quite a few times. That's why I said you want a good amount of yarn. So if you were into yarn projects at one time and you accumulated a lot of yarn, like I did, this is a good way to use that yarn up. And I'm just going to keep going. I do not know the exact number of strands. If I end up cutting off more than I need, I just put it aside and use it for the next one. So I'm going to take that yarn off, and I'm just going to cut along the bottom. Okay, so I just want these long pieces. Now what I'm going to do is take my ring, and I'm going to take a piece of yarn, and I'm going to fold the yarn in half. It doesn't have this end, you want it as even as possible, but it's not necessary. Again, you'll see why. And I'm going to put that yarn through my ring, and I'm going to pinch and grab the ends with my finger, basically tying it around the ring. Okay, I want that. I'm going to do it again. Now this is a little time consuming, but it's relaxing. Like, you can do this you know, in front of the TV or something. So again, I'm going to take the loop through the ring, reach in with my fingers, pinch the two loose ends, and pull it through. And I'm going to slide it over next to the first one. And as you can imagine, I'm going to do this till I have my yarn all the way around my ring. Okay, so just like that. Okay, so you keep going. I'm going to do it fast forward, and we'll go on to the next step. So now what you want to do is kind of straighten out all these strands, and really I'm talking about the inside of the ring. So I'm just pushing down, making sure there aren't any strands sticking up, just kind of giving a little comb over, if you will, just to make sure, again, that all of the strands are kind of laying as straight as possible. And inside, that's kind of the look that I'm going for. You can tell. So now you want to take another string of yarn and you want to basically tie off those loose ends, not right at the ring, but at least a ½ inch or more away from the ring. Just do like I'm doing and tie those strands all together. Make sure that string is good and tight. And let's clean things up a little bit. So I'm not going to cut these strands short, but I am going to just kind of even up the ends a little bit, and it's just going to make the next step a lot easier. So now grabbing that end and giving a slight twist, you're just going to push that end up into the ring. It's not going to go all the way through because you've tied it off, but it's going to push up nicely and create a little cap for what you probably now know is a little hat. It's a little hat ornament that you can hang on your Christmas tree. And what I'm doing is I'm just tucking those ends in and making sure that they hold that cap shape nicely. Now to deal with the underside, I just take a piece of felt or fabric and I'm going to trace a circle that is ideally smaller than the perimeter of the hat. And I'm going to cut it out and I'm going to glue it to the underside, just kind of holding all of those little yarn strands in place in case they want to peek out from underneath, and it just finishes the hat off really nicely. I hope you'll give these a try. They are a lot of fun and they're adorable. And if you liked the video, I hope you will subscribe and hit that bell for notifications of future videos.